Hi everyone, my name is Leo and with this video we will share a review of the Hotone Pulze Controller. Let's start describing this product. First of all, what is the Pulze Controller? Well, it is a pretty compact and programmable wireless MIDI controller with a built-in battery that provides us with MIDI-based control in both wired and wireless way. It features two programmable foot switches, and with each foot switch we can send up to 16 different MIDI messages. It can work as both MIDI client and server device, so we can control a bunch of different devices wirelessly. In fact, the Pulze Control can function as both a client connecting to other devices like the Ampero 2 stage, and as a server allowing other devices to connect to this unit wirelessly. This distinction is pretty important as it determines how devices communicate wirelessly. Most third-party effect devices that support wireless connections typically function as client, and devices that can operate as both server and client simultaneously are less common. Furthermore, thanks to the control MIDI jack, if we already have an external expression pedal or foot switch, we can connect it to this device, basically adding wireless connectivity to our existing devices. Furthermore, the Pulze Control comes with a dedicated mobile app that lets us control the unit with our phone. More on this later on in the video. It has a built-in rechargeable battery that lasts 12 hours and that can be recharged via USB-C. Of course, it is pretty small and the weight is 215 grams. The price is $59. Okay, now that we have just shared the tech specs of this unit, let's share some use cases to better understand what this unit can do. In the first use case, we can use the Pulze Controller as a wireless controller to control other gear, like the Pulze speaker or the Ampero 2 stage that I have both reviewed in the channel, or a computer. Let's do it. Here I have the app in my phone, I search for the Pulze Controller and I connect the phone to it. Then I select the type of MIDI messages I would like to use among some predefined set of controls. For instance, there is a predefined setup for the Ampero 2 in order to increase and decrease the patch. Now that we have connected the app to the Pulze, we can activate the Bluetooth functionalities of the Ampero 2. Now we can, still with the app, search the Ampero 2 and connect the Ampero 2 to our Pulze Controller. And now that the Pulze Controller is connected via Bluetooth to the Ampero 2, we can of course switch the preset. Of course, the Bluetooth signal is not as quick as switching the presets with the internal Ampero 2 foot switches, and therefore we need to define the functionalities we want to use with a grain of salt. In this scenario, we can also add an external controller to the Pulze Control and then connect wirelessly the Pulze Controller to the reference Bluetooth unit. In this way, the Pulze Controller would also act as a sort of bridge for devices without wireless connectivity, in order to connect also these wired controllers to our target device wirelessly, using the Pulze Controller as a bridge. The second scenario I would like to highlight is to use the Pulze Controller as a wired controller, connecting it to the target device via USB-C or TRS MIDI. And then, if we connect the Pulze Controller to the target device via USB-C, we can expand our controller chains with other external controllers using the TRS jack of the Pulze Controller. This is actually the use case I found most interesting, as we can use it to control pedalboards that do not have MIDI-in connections, but that manages MIDI over USB-C. And that's why I found that this is the most relevant use case scenario, at least for my opinion, in my perspective. The last thing I would like to mention is that there is an app with which we can set up the Pulze Control as aforementioned. Of course, we can connect our phone or M-series Mac directly to the Pulse via Bluetooth, and then we have some predefined configurations, some of them dedicated to the original Ampero, some other to the Ampero 2, and some others for the Pulse. For instance, for the Ampero 2 we have a setting to change, to increase or decrease the patches, or another one to toggle between patch mode and stomp mode, and another one to activate the drum or the looper, etc. Finally, there is a Pro mode where we can basically set up the unit with all the MIDI settings we want, without limitations. So at the end, this is a pretty nice little helper device at a reasonable price point that can solve many problems we have in order to control other units. I would just like to have a unit like this with more foot switches and also an expression pedal built in. I think it would be even more helpful in order to expand our existing devices with wireless connectivity or with wired one if our target device do not have MIDI ports. Thank you for watching. Let me know your precious and valuable opinions in the comment section below, and see you soon. Bye bye.